I'm discreet, I'm strong, I've read every feminist book since Simone de Beauvoir, and I still do what I do, and I am very, very good.
No, we'll be discreet.
We need to be more discreet than usual, all right?
You and Max are not very discreet.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling one of the most common trip-ups in the English language. We're talking about two words that sound exactly alike but mean completely different things. Stick with me, and I promise you are never going to get these two mixed up again.
All right, let's jump right in with a little quiz. Which one of these is right? He made discrete inquiries, or he made discrete inquiries? If you say them out loud, they're identical, right? But when you write them down, only one makes sense. And it all comes down to what you're trying to say. Let's get this sorted out for good.
Okay, first things first. To make this super easy, we're going to focus on getting a really solid feel for just one of these words to start. We'll begin with the one you'll probably use more often. D-I-S-C-R-E-E-T, discreet. So, at its core, discreet is all about being careful, showing some good judgment. You can think of it as the art of being subtle or low-key. This is the word you want when you're dealing with a secret, or maybe sharing some sensitive news, or even just trying not to make a big scene. So what's really important to get here is that being discreet isn't just about being quiet. It's really this mix of being trustworthy, being aware of the situation, and just being, careful. It's all about knowing what to say, how to say it, and maybe most importantly, when to just keep quiet. All right, so that's the textbook definition, but let's see how this word actually behaves out in the real world. Let's check out a few examples. This is such a perfect everyday situation. I mean, if you're throwing a surprise party, you can't just go posting about it online or shouting about it when the birthday person is around. The whole plan, your entire success, really depends on how discreet everyone can be. And here, in a work setting, being discreet is really all about respect, isn't it? The manager pulls the employee aside to talk privately. Why? To avoid embarrassing them, to protect their dignity. That is a textbook case of being discreet. And this one shows how being discreet can actually be a pretty powerful tool. The journalist here isn't just being snaky for the sake of it. They are being super careful, very methodical, to find out the truth without tipping anyone off. It's that quiet, careful collection of facts. Okay, by now, you should have a really good grip on discreet. So I think it's time we introduce its tricky twin, the word that's causing all this trouble in the first place. So what we're looking at here is a classic trap in the English language, a homophone. These words sound exactly the same, but their meanings are worlds apart. And this is precisely why your spell check is not going to be your friend here. It won't know which one you actually mean. And here it is, D-I-S-C-R-E-T-E. Discreet. Now, this word has absolutely nothing to do with secrets or being cautious. Not at all. This is a word you'll hear a lot in fields like math or science or data when we're talking about things that are totally separate, countable, and not connected to each other. All right, it is time for the main event. Let's put these two words right next to each other on the screen so we can lock in the difference forever. And there they are, side by side. Look, on the left, you've got discreet, which is for secrets. On the right, you've got discrete for separate things. The meanings couldn't be more different. But the real secret, the real clue, is in the spelling. Take a close look at where those E's are. That's everything. Now let's see them in action. A discrete nod, that's a quiet, subtle little signal, right? But discrete units means the course is made of 10 totally separate parts. A discrete file is a confidential one. And discrete components are just the individual pieces that make up the phone. You see the pattern here? One's all about behavior, and the other is all about structure. And now for my absolute favorite part. I'm going to share a super simple memory trick with you that actually uses the spelling to make sure you never, ever get these mixed up again. The secret is literally baked right into the word itself. In discreet, just look at how the two E's are standing right next to each other, all huddled up together. It's almost like they're whispering, keeping a secret. And what's great is that this trick works perfectly for the other word too. In discrete, that T comes right in between the two E's, and it physically keeps them separate, which is exactly what the word means. How cool is that? So there you have it. It's pretty simple when you break it down. Discrete is for secrets. Discrete is for separate things. And all you have to do is look at the letters. If those two E's are together, you know they're keeping a secret. So, if we go all the way back to that first question, the right answer was, of course, discreet inquiries, because the whole point was to be careful and quiet. And now that you're an expert, here's a final thought for you. When is it important for you to be discreet in your own life? That's it for this explainer. Thanks so much for joining me.